15. The Lost Empire of Tartessos. What really happened to Europe's forgotten civilization? Hello, everyone. When you think of ancient civilizations in Europe, your mind probably jumps to the Greeks, Romans, or Minoans. But before their rise, another society thrived in the southwest of the Iberian Peninsula. This mysterious realm called Tartessos could rival those later Mediterranean cultures in terms of power and affluence. Yet today we know very little about them, and many questions remain about their identity. Let's delve into the history of Tartessos. What archaeological evidence tells us about this lost world? How they disappeared from the historical record, and why experts believe it may have inspired the myth of Atlantis. 1. Tartessos was Europe's first known Western civilization located in southern Spain. Near the mouth of the Guadalquivir River, Tartessos flourished around 1200 to 500 BCE, predating the rise of Rome and possibly even rivaling early Greece. Today, the area is part of the autonomous communities of Andalusia and Extremadura. At its peak, Tartessos controlled vital trading routes along the southwestern Iberian coast, making it a hub of commerce for the western Mediterranean. 2. It was rich in metals, especially silver and tin. One of the main reasons for Tartessos' power was its wealth in metals. Archaeological evidence shows that the region was rich in mineral resources, particularly silver, tin, copper, and gold. These metals made Tartessos a target for outside powers. The famous mining industry attracted people from distant lands. In fact, some historians say that the Phoenicians founded a colony in Tartessos because of its metal wealth. 3. Mentioned by Herodotus in the Bible, the Greek historian Herodotus described Tartessos as a prosperous and powerful kingdom, saying it was inhabited by people who were not subject to any king, but everyone lived freely in their own land, paying only tribute to the gods. He also claimed that the river owned by the Tartessians had such an abundance of gold that nothing could equal it. Some scholars also connect the biblical land of Tarshish, visited by King Solomon's fleets, with Tartessos. If so, this would make the Tartessians contemporaries of King Solomon and King Hiram of Tyre, whose alliance enabled the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem. 4. Their language remains a mystery. The Tartessian script has been found on a few artifacts, but it remains undeciphered. Many experts believe it represents a pre-Indo-European language isolate, meaning it's unrelated to any other known language family. Some say the language is related to the Basque language, which is still spoken in northern Spain and is unrelated to Spanish, Portuguese, or French. Others argue that Tartessian is connected to the Iberian languages, a group of extinct languages once dominant in the peninsula. However, recent studies have explored the possibility that Tartessian could be an early form of Phoenician. 5. They were skilled in engineering and urban design. Archaeological finds showed that the Tartessians built large and complex cities, as well as impressive drainage systems and palaces. They developed sophisticated architectural techniques for the time, including the use of advanced building materials and innovative structural designs. One example is the famous Madridero Palace, built in the 6th century BC near the modern town of Carmona. This rectangular palace was surrounded by gardens and decorated with colorful mosaics and frescoes depicting scenes from daily life, mythology, and nature. 6. Strong trade ties with Phoenicians and Greeks throughout its existence. Tartessos maintained strong ties with the Phoenicians and Greeks. The Tartessians traded extensively with Phoenician colonies like Gadar, modern-day Cadiz, and later with the Greeks. Through these connections, they acquired new technologies, artistic motifs, and cultural ideas that influenced their own traditions. For example, Greek pottery has been found in many Tartessian settlements, indicating direct trade between the two civilizations. 7. Their royal lineages. Semi-mythical ancient texts mention a legendary king named Argantonio, who supposedly ruled Tartessos for a staggering 80 years. His name means man of silver, hinting at the kingdom's wealth. But many experts believe that he may be more myth than man, since no contemporary evidence confirms his existence. According to legend, Argantonio was succeeded by his son Unzenge, who kept up the tradition of passing the throne to his sons. This resulted in a long line of kings over many generations. 8. It disappeared suddenly around 500 BCE. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding Tartessos is its sudden disappearance around 500 BCE. Its major cities were completely abandoned, and the civilization seemingly vanished from the historical record without a trace. Several theories attempt to explain its dramatic demise. Some blame a natural disaster like a tsunami or earthquake, while others point to conquest by neighboring powers such as the Carthaginians. Still, others suggest that economic decline or internal strife led to the downfall of the once mighty empire. But the truth remains elusive. 9. Some believe it inspired the Atlantis myth, because of its sudden disappearance, incredible wealth, and coastal setting. Some scholars speculate that Tartessos may have inspired Plato's story of Atlantis. The Greek philosopher described Atlantis as a naval power situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which are traditionally identified with the Strait of Gibraltar. Could Plato have based his tale on the Tartessians and their advanced maritime culture? Or is this just a fanciful theory with little historical backing? You decide. 10 buried treasures have been found. Over the centuries, many rich Tartessian tombs have been discovered, containing precious artifacts that shed light on their burial rituals and material culture. The most famous find is the treasure of El Carambolo, discovered near Seville. In 1956, it included over 2,000 gold items and was one of the largest hoards of gold ever found from the pre-Roman world. Other treasures unearthed in Donana National Park reveal the extent of Tartessian wealth and their penchant for lavish ornamentation. These include decorated bronze cauldrons, gold diadems, and exquisite jewelry crafted from precious metals and stones. 11. Their art shows a blend of cultures. Tartessian art is renowned for its unique blend of Iberian, Phoenician, and Mediterranean styles, reflecting the highly cosmopolitan nature of their culture. Bronze mirrors, ceramic vessels, and small-scale sculptures often feature intricate designs and motifs that fuse different artistic traditions. For example, some Tartessian vessels depict scenes of daily life, such as farmers harvesting crops or fishermen casting their nets, while others showcase mythical creatures and deities from various cultures. This fusion of styles highlights the Tartessians' ability to synthesize diverse influences into a cohesive and distinctive artistic tradition. 12. They worshipped a blend of gods, much like their art. Tartessian religion was likely a blend of Phoenician and local earth gods. The Phoenicians introduced deities like Melkart, supreme god associated with the sky and the sea, while the indigenous people may have worshipped deities connected to fertility and the natural world. This syncretism of religious beliefs created a complex and multifaceted spiritual system. Excavations at Tartessian sites have uncovered numerous temples and shrines dedicated to these deities, providing valuable insights into their religious practices and beliefs. 13. They had a maritime culture. Being nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, the Tartessians had easy access to water transportation, which fostered a vibrant maritime culture. Their strategic location allowed them to dominate trade routes along the southwestern Iberian coast and venture further afield into the Mediterranean. This seafaring lifestyle likely influenced their economy, religion, and cultural exchanges with other civilizations. Their ships, perhaps adorned with sails made of wool and linen, would have been instrumental in connecting Tartessos to the wider Mediterranean world. 14. The civilization is still being unearthed today, even though Tartessos flourished millennia ago. Archaeologists continue to unearth fascinating discoveries that shed new light on this enigmatic civilization. Ongoing digs in Donana National Park and around Huelva and Seville have revealed more evidence of Tartessian settlements, artifacts, and city layouts. These recent finds demonstrate that there is still much to learn about Tartessos and its place in pre-Roman Europe. Who knows what secrets lie hidden beneath the soil of southern Spain? 15. They may have practiced horse burials. In addition to the discovery of the royal palace at Madridero, archaeologists also found a chariot burial in the same area. The tomb contained the remains of a noble buried with his horse. This suggests that horses held great importance in Tartessian culture. Some experts believe they may have viewed horses as sacred animals, or believed they were necessary for transportation in the afterlife. This is unusual because most other Mediterranean cultures at the time did not bury horses with their dead. It may hint at a warrior tradition, or a belief that the horse was a loyal companion, deserving of an afterlife reward. Thank you for watching. Do you find the civilization of Tartessos fascinating? Or are you more intrigued by other ancient cultures? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to stay tuned for more historical tales. See you next time.